What do you expect? Yeah, true. Woo-wee. And we are live, Remedy. Who are these crazy bunch? My name is Thato Malindi, by the way, and I am the driver, apparently.
He said, apparently. You are the driver.
Yeah.
Take it with your chest.
Yes, say it with your chest.
I am the driver of Melville streets. Interesting stuff we didn't know, but it's World Kindness Day today. So you need to be kind towards everyone. Even if you're a douchebag, just make sure that you are kind towards everyone today.
Even
Like
yourself. Oh.
Mavena, please disappoint me again. I knew it, Mavena.
Even not even yourself, but like everyone to themselves.
Be kind to yourself.
To yourself.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are live. Welcome, people of Zombakia and other places of Zombakia and other places of Zombakia. Welcome to it, man. This is Melville Street's Unconventional Breakfast Show, and you're currently tuned into ilovemarvel.live. Please be advised that our content today, it's parental guidance at 18 LP. So if you're below the age of 13, no.
Yeah.
No. Scroll over. Scroll over. Anyway, today, man, we're going to be having a fantastic show. It is Woke Wednesdays, and do not forget, it is the 6th of January 2021, which means that it's our 7-month anniversary. 7 months. And today I've got fantastic guests today. I've got a special guest, rather, and also I've got someone who's going to be joining us. Welcome home, by the way. Finally.
It's the guy with the energy.
It's the guy with the energy. Like, this guy posts himself. You know when they say that someone posts himself into a show?
Yeah.
Every single time he always comments and laughs. Like that was his exactly. That's what he was doing with emojis only. Now we have it down to ourselves because we're gonna be hearing that all the time. Oh my, yeah, life, man. Anyway, we got a special guest today. I'm gonna start introducing our special guest, and then we'll come to you. Okay, ladies first.
Yo.
It's none other than Kabelo Mfugeng, decorated photographer. How you doing?
I'm finding you, Thato. Good morning, listeners.
Hey.
It's a pleasure to be with you guys this morning. But a fantastic guest, better believe it.
Yeah, you are. You are the fantastic guest, man. Like today, it is woke Wednesdays. So literally, what we look at content that talks to the wokeness. And by the way, who says being woke is all about being serious?
Yeah. Or waking up.
Common sense.
Yeah, we're waking up. You see, yeah,
no, like there's some people that they're thinking that it's waking up, really waking up.
Yeah.
Like stay woke.
Yeah,
like,
but be conscious. Be
yeah,
conscious.
You understand?
Yeah.
Some people like taking it literally.
Hey, you hang around with wrong people. You need to evaluate the people that you hang around with. Anyway, speaking about hanging around, my man, Silva, thank you very much, man. You are coming through as our co-host, also and our sports guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man. I'm the guy that joins the team, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the guy that joins the team and makes the energy go up. Yeah.
These are the guys that get benched. After speaking like that, he gets benched.
You must fill yourself with confidence, man.
True that, man. True that. So for those who just joined us right now, it is exactly 7:04, and welcome to it. This is ilovemarvel.live, and you're currently tuned into Melville Street's Unconventional Breakfast Show. Obviously, whenever I start at the top of the hour, I always start with what's currently happening in and around the world in terms of news. Do not forget that we are going to be looking at Motivation Muffin. After that, we're going to start off our conversation with the pioneer herself,
yes,
Kabelo Mfugeng, who's going to give us a small bio in terms of who she is. Or Mangwen, who are you?
Zaziz.
And we're going to be looking at that. And then right after that, we're going to be looking at Social Street. And today, guys, we're going to be having a very interesting discussion about social streets, guys. I don't know if people know, but looking at the Teddy Mafia situation, and for those who don't know who Teddy Mafia is, they call him the Teddy Mafia. He's basically Mr. Pillay. all the way in KZN, who was murdered. And after being murdered, the community mob justice decided to apprehend the 2 suspects and beheaded them. So the topic that we're going to be discussing is that, do you think SA citizens should take justice into their own hands, or should South Africans have more trust in the justice system? And then also, have you been part of a rally of killing people? Because I call it the rally of killing people. Have you been part of a mob justice, or have you witnessed one?
Or have you witnessed
before? Please send in your comments and tell us also what do you think? What's your experience in terms of mob justice, and whether you are for it or are you against this, and one of the reasons why you're saying that. A lot of people that I had a conversation with yesterday were telling me something else about it. I do know regarding Teddy Mafia. It's going to be quite interesting. I'm going to play you guys a clip right now.
Right.
It's a small snippet in terms of the interview.
Okay.
And I want us to talk about it. We're going to talk a little bit about it on social streets, but it's one of my headlines also. In the sense that people in that community, why is it that they did that? As much as you can be the Robin Hood, he's a drug kingpin.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
People would die for Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Kingpin to you is a savior to my family.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Right.
So we're going to be looking at that, guys. So stay tuned. This is ilovemarvel.live. All right. Let's look at what's currently happening in and around the world. Guys, man. South Africa must just shut down our country.
Reboot.
We must just reboot.
Not even reboot. No.
What must we do?
Return to sender.
Return to sender. So it is gay. Return to senders, guys. What's currently happening is that the WHO, which is the world's World Health Organization, has a virus mission to China in disarray as entry was denied in China. So an expert mission to China to find the origins of the coronavirus pandemic stumbled before it even began, with the head of the World Health Organization complaining that Beijing was blocking the team from entering the country. Now, WHO, which is World Health Organization, for those who don't know, it's not who, it's not who is it.
Who are you?
Who are you? So WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, I hope I pronounced his surname right, said he was very disappointed with the last-minute bar on entry in a rare castigation of Beijing from the UN body. A 10-strong team was due to arrive in China that week, and after months of painstaking negotiations. But Beijing is determined to control the origin story of the virus, which has killed more than 1.8 million people so far and laid waste to global economies. Now, the first cases of the coronavirus were recorded in the central Chinese city of Wuhan in late 2019. You see, where was Corona born?
Wuhan.
This is Corona also like, hey, I was born at Wuhan. And my job is to, okay, I'm not gonna say it, guys. It's too, I'm not gonna say it. You guys, you don't get that trouble, I don't like you guys anymore. So anyway, for those who didn't know, it basically prompted like accusations of chaotic, secretive handling by the Chinese authorities, which led to its spread beyond China. Now, US President Donald Trump called the pandemic the China virus.
I miss that guy though.
I love that guy.
I miss that guy.
I don't love him on a real level.
Yeah, but
like for comic relief
entertainment.
and entertainment, I miss that man. Orange man.
You actually sound like you really do miss him.
Man,
you better understand.
You guys.
Yeah. So right after that, but Beijing has so far resisted a pressure for an independent probe into the early days of the outbreak. Instead, it has seeded doubt as to whether the pandemic even started inside its borders. Now, the WHO mission was built as a way to cut through the rancor and seek clear answers on how the virus jumped from animals to humans.
And on the sports headlines, we got Swallows takes down Cape Town City and still remains unbeaten. My king.
The Birds.
But
they follow the Birds.
Hey, you know where to go. And remember that the Birds just got back to the PSL.
Oh,
actually.
Yes, yeah.
And now they're remaining unbeaten. Like, you know, you can see the.
You think maybe they started like with that fire. You know, when you start with that big fire and then Or do you think that Swallows is basically they're doing the right thing right now?
They're doing the right thing. I mean, they head to head with Sundowns right now.
Head
They're
to
like
head.
on top of the league right now. Swallows, it's actually better than Chiefs right now.
My dad would
Yeah.
not appreciate that.
What?
statement.
Yeah, but your dad needs to know that it's the truth. It's the truth. When
I have good news for Chiefs. Don't worry, your dad will love me.
okay. Carry on. What should people look forward to at the bottom of the hour?
Okay, and then the purchase opened a can of 10 wickets.
Yeah.
10 wickets
On the second
yesterday.
test.
On a second test, we just give them,
Papao.
hey, King. I was like, yo, dude, what's happening?
That's
What's happening?
That's like getting beaten to that point where
At least something is happening in South Africa, something
Yeah.
good is happening, like Chiefs has got good news, Swallows is breaking
what's Chiefs' good
rules.
news then?
Oh.
Before I jump into
Please, okay.
He's like,
Chiefs
please.
has made it. Chiefs has made it to the CAF Champions League
Yeah.
group stages.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they won against one of the teams in Angola, making it for them to actually qualify for the CAF Champions.
Champions.
But then you look at the league.
It's not the same. That's where her father becomes angry.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not the same, man.
never mind.
The PSL doesn't play around, ne? Doesn't play around the PSL. Kaizer Chiefs fans, Marashem.
I think the coach here has a plan. I don't know.
Yeah.
You must tell us.
I feel like maybe that's the problem about that. Kaizer Chiefs fans is fine, man. Mr. Mfuking, it's fine. Things are gonna be fine. Chiefs is gonna one day win.
This is what
We don't know when, but one day it's gonna win one match in the PSL again. Don't worry, the glory days will come back. For now, there's been peace in people's minds. Yo,
Continue with what I was saying. As the coronavirus is still actually making the headlines everywhere. Even at the Premier League, they recorded about 40 positive cases yesterday. Actually, from both the staff and players. And then you ask yourself, like, during training, what are they doing? Like, do they come with positive people? What's happening?
Yeah.
How are they infecting each other, knowing that we have to go through this procedures or precautions? I mean, like, it's sports, something that they stopped before, and they're like, okay, now we're gonna make sure everything goes accordingly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll give you more of my attention at the bottom of the hour, telling you more about it.
Yeah, that's my man, the Silver HSE. You'll join him with the Silver Sports at the bottom of the hour. So for those who just joined us, welcome back to it. Welcome to it again.
Yes.
This is Melville Street's 2.1 breakfast show, the unconventional breakfast show, the best breakfast show in the land. And when I say land, I mean
Unconventionally.
the planet, basically.
Yeah.
We don't shy away from things, as we don't play around, Papa. We got a special
Here to
guest
conquer.
today with none other than the beautiful Kabelo Mufokeng. And she is basically the conversation that we're going to be having today. She's the conversation. So she's the trend that we are basically going to have for the whole of the 3 hours. And we're going to be looking at conscious photography with her. And we're going to be discussing a lot of images and what they actually did and the narratives that they've actually changed. So you don't want to go anywhere. So for now, though, let's start it off. Motivation, guys. I always motivate people. I love motivation muffin. I call it motivation muffin because it's a muffin.
And you munch on the muffin.
And I munch on the muffin.
Yeah.
The muffin is wholesome.
It is. And this one is all brand because it's healthy. And it's all about one thing. Discipline, guys.
Muffin much, but discipline.
Discipline. Here it is, guys. A motivation muffin with Vusi Tembagwayo. Please take it in, guys. And this is Marvel.live, and it is currently 7:14 right now, Central African time in the morning. We are saying good morning.
Kgotsong.
Molo.
So, if you study, if you study people who are at the pinnacle of anything, you recognize that to get there, motivation was maybe 1% of the formula. Maybe. 1%. And I'll prove it to you. If you want to become a world-class bodybuilder, say an IFBB pro, what that takes is you have to train twice a day, 6 days a week. You have to have 8 meals a day. Your calorie intake is regimented. Your meals are pre-planned and pre-cooked. You don't eat according to taste, you eat according to function. So my trainer, for instance, will eat, and I'm going, what are you eating? And he's having he'll have chicken that was boiled without salt. And he'll have like half a kilo of it. I mean, what are you doing? He says, I'm taking in protein. He doesn't say I'm eating. He says, I'm taking in protein. For him, it's functional. It's not taste-based. Then you will probably have to train for a minimum, and this is if you are a genetic phenom, you'd have to train for a minimum of 10 years before you could get on a stage and compete at an average level with an average global bodybuilder. Average. Okay. So why am I telling you this? All of us here at the beginning of a new year write these things called New Year's resolutions. And then New Year's resolutions, number 1, make more money. Yeah? Number 2, change my boyfriend. Number 3, get into shape. Yeah? Number 3, get into shape is somewhere in the top 3. So what do? You go to the gym, you get a gym membership. Yeah? You go to the local Nike store and you buy like all of your gym gear. You are motivated. You are inspired. You are going to the damn gym. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to all of the fitness channels. You go to your Instagram, you follow all of the fitness models. You are motivated. You are going to the damn gym. You're going to get in shape. That's what you're going to do. The people you're following on YouTube have been working on for a minimum of 5 years to look like that. So you have the incorrect understanding that after a month of working out, you're going to look like them. So what happens in the first month? You're excited. You go to gym every single month. And you take the pains and your body is sore, but I'm excited. I'm going to gym. Then life happens. Company doesn't make money. You don't make your targets. You fall a bit ill. Something happens. And all of a sudden, you stop going to gym for a day. A day becomes 2, 2 becomes a week. Now all of a sudden, you've had a gym membership for 3 months and you haven't been in that time. What did you miss? You thought motivation was the formula. Winners don't need motivation. Winners need discipline. Discipline's about getting it done because it needs to get done, not because I feel like it, not because I'm motivated for it. You think Nelson Mandela was motivated to spend 27 years in prison? You think Martin Luther King was motivated to march across the states and proclaim freedom? You think, if you look at people that change the world, they're not doing it because they're motivated. They're doing it because they made a commitment to do it and they disciplined to see it through. Discipline is far more important than motivation, which is why you've got to be careful the decisions you make. Because once you make the decision, you have to see that decision through. Like my mentor says, first we make the decisions, then the decisions make us. So you've got to be very careful the decisions you make. Be very careful the commitments you make. Motivation, I'm telling you now, is completely overrated. It's important. Don't get me wrong. We meet according to motivation. We feel good, rah-rah. But that'll fade. You need a stronger will and a deeper commitment to see things through.
Yo, Vusi. No, man. Guys, goosebumps.
My guy.
Goosebumps.
My guy.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Motivation muffin, guys. Discipline. Discipline. What? For those who just joined us, welcome to it, man. This is I Love Melville Live, and you're currently tuned into Melville Street's Unconventional Breakfast Show with your boy Thato Malindi, and I'm with my man Silva, and none other than the beautiful Kabelo Mufukeng, who is the special guest for today, the pioneer of the day. She's a decorated and renowned photographer. There's a lot of things that she can do, and reason why we say conversations with a pioneer is because we look at people who are basically going places, who are basically going to be establishing stuff. So it's a big crown to actually wear, Kabelo, when we give you that crown, because we see you as a pioneer in terms of photography and the field of visuals also. We're gonna have a chat with her. Please do not go anywhere. That's gonna be at 7:35. Just make sure that you will stay tuned in terms of that. And then also very interesting stuff that we are going to be doing today is that we have a conversation that we would like to start off with you guys. We're going to be looking at the Teddy Mafia saga. Teddy Mafia, for those who don't know who Teddy Mafia is, he's basically a drug kingpin in Durban who passed on. And he got shot, and after getting shot, that the community decided to like, apprehend those two suspects and they beheaded the people. Like that's the thing, beheaded. Do you understand like how much how angry the crowd needs to be to behead you?
That's a statement, teacher man. That's a huge statement.
Yeah.
We don't tolerate such things in our backyard. You off with your head.
But you know what people are thinking, Gabelo? People were actually thinking that as much as it's a well-off thing, right? They think that the people that actually beheaded those two suspects are his own goons who live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then use the community as
because apparently his community, he was paying with his community. He was throwing money. He was the Robin Hood of the community. So when you live there in that street, you know that you're well off. You used to take care of people there. So
yeah, I mean, like it's a norm thing to do. I'm not a mafia. I've never been a mafia. I've never been.
So you say.
Involved.
So you
But
say.
then, if you think about it, it would make sense to actually be good with your people, knowing that there's bad things you're doing. That you create loyalty. Well, he created loyalty, and then this it paid out like this.
Yeah.
Even though it's brutal, but then this is what loyalty does.
Yeah. And I think maybe that's the thing. I mean, guys, send in your comments. We would like to know from you in terms of this conversation that we're going to have on social streets regarding, do you think that, mob justice is actually a thing? Or do you think that as South Africans, we need to just basically trust our justice system? I've got a couple of voice notes also from individuals. So social streets is going to come through at 7:40 and we're going to chat about that. And I've got a couple of voice notes also from individuals who are going to voice their opinions on what they actually think. Everyone's going to be kept as anonymous. Do not worry. If you want to send in a voice note also, you can do it. 066-013-4229 is the number on WhatsApp. That is 066-013-4229. Or you can simply just comment on our Facebook pages, which is ilovemelville.live. Or you can comment on Twitter, which is I Love Melville L, or you can comment on YouTube, which is I Love Melville Space Live. And tell us also what you think about mob justice. Do you think mob justice is the way forward, or you like, guys, no, we must stop? When I was talking about this mob justice thing, guys, yesterday, a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention his name, he's like, what if the justice system does a first come first serve situation? So if someone does something wrong, if you got to that person first, you can kill them. I'm like, yo, guy.
First come, first serve.
I don't know about that.
This is someone's life, man. Like now we're treating someone's life as if it's a plate of food.
Yeah, like first come first serve.
First come, first serve. What?
First come,
While
first
stock
serve.
still lasts.
Do a Black Friday special on that.
On that
So,
life.
on the live. This guy broke into that house. A Black Friday special is that if you catch him, we allow you to kill him. No, nothing's gonna happen to you. You're not gonna go to prison. None of that. Anyway, man, we are going to be having fun, man. 066-013-4229 is our WhatsApp number. You can send us voice notes or comment there. I would like to actually get into your comments. So, Kabelo Mufukeng.
Like, you know what?
Did you catch it?
Like,
though?
I caught it. You had to.
I had to.
You had to.
Rise to there.
You understand?
Okay.
You understand? Yo. It's like you were sleeping.
I'm woke.
You woke.
Now.
It's woke Wednesdays, by the way.
Woke Wednesdays.
So, Kabelo, thank you very much for joining us. For those who don't know who Kabelo Mufukeng is, could you just please explain to our people, our lovely people, who is Kabelo Mufukeng?
Conundrum. No. So Kabelo Mufukeng is a visual artist based in the East Rand of Johannesburg. I have quite a history with the visual culture, academically speaking. I've been in school for as long as I can remember. After I studied film and photography there, doing acting, but I wasn't so into the film. Then I think I was just there for actor because everybody wanted to be so finda. And then when reality struck and I was like, actually, this is not working for me. I went to another institute that I will not mention and did copywriting there. And then some years passed. And then I think a friend of mine was just like, yo, dude, go check out Market Photo Workshop.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It will allow you, because of the things that they offer there, they will allow you to package all of these years that you've been accumulating all of these skills.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's exactly what I found when I went to the Market Photo Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So I predominantly, I think I found myself in portraiture. I really love portrait photography.
Yeah.
I like taking pictures of people. I like making really pretty images of people. I know the theme that we're discussing today is conscious photography.
Yep.
I think photographers that we're going to be talking about, Lilune, I think those are like key examples of conscious photography. But myself, I like putting people in studio, making them look beautiful, taking rather gorgeous images of them, making like. A thing is with portrait photography. Oh, so the thing is with it is we have, as Black people, we have a long history with that kind of photography.
Yeah.
Bomalume ko locationing ba tla ka di bicycle ba tlo nka dinepe tsa rone. Bomalume ko Jubet Park ba nka dinepe.
Yeah.
So we very accustomed to that kind of photography, and I think that's what I like about it too. I like making people feel good about themselves in an image. And then when I got to the Market Photo Workshop, I then was taught things like body visual culture, lady visual literacy, which just adds layers
on
upon
it.
your technical ability. It allows you to bring in information that makes the images stand out.
It's going to be very interesting having you around today, man. I really do appreciate your time for the whole of 3 hours. Nah, you know what's the story behind it?
Can you please take it easy on her, please?
Please tell him the story, Javan. Please come clean.
I'm coming
Come
clean.
clean.
I am coming clean. Okay, I got a comment here first from Tabang Pelang who's like, haha, Sehoa. Love her reaction. Sehoa, my dad. So basically what happened was that she was supposed to come through for an interview for an hour. Like, so, conversation with a pioneer. I have it for an hour where I have my special guest around. And then while I'm speaking to, I think it's your PR handler. I was speaking
Shout
to
out
to Vusi,
Vusi.
yeah. And I was speaking to him and I was like, no, man, can I have this person's number so that we can discuss basically in the terms of that 1 hour and whether she'd basically like to co-host with us for the whole 3 hours? Does she have time to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just weighing it, guys. Like I'm really just trying my luck. I'm like, hey, let me see if I can have it for 3 hours. And the guy comes back, is like, no, let me ask her. It didn't even take a minute, dog. Comes back, it's like, yes, she will do it.
Hey!
I'm like, yeah, man. So I give her a call.
She's been waiting for it.
So I give her a call to discuss basically the content of today's show. And I'm hearing this energy. I'm like, man, you see her.
This person.
No, man. You are not a photographer. You're a speaker, huh? You're a speaker, huh? You are not a photographer. You are a speaker, you. So today we're going to be talking to her. We're going to look at conscious photography. As you guys saw, there were images that I was showcasing you guys right now. I'm going to show you some of the images also that we're going to be looking at. Like this a famous Hector Peterson image, which was shot by
Sam Nzima.
Sam Nzima. And we're going to talk about individuals like Sam Nzima because these are the conscious photos that we are talking about, conscious photography, which photos that actually changed the narrative. This photo it's quite a lot, and people don't understand, like as a photographer, there's a lot that you need to go through. So we're going to have a lot of that discussion coming through. Please do not go anywhere. We're going to have that discussion, obviously, after our sports bulletin and start opening up the narrative in terms of the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Send in your comments, guys. What are you guys up to today, by the way? Please do tell us. What are you up to today? It's Woke Wednesdays. What is your wokeness for today? For now, though, guys, it is exactly 7:29. That means it is time for us now to go to a quick ad for 30 seconds, not even more. 30 seconds. And then when we get back, our main man, Silvestre.
Silver HSE.
Man,
Not just do that, man.
Okay,
Don't
fine.
be Silvestre.
I'm sorry.
Make me sound like I'm an uncle from the castle.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought, Bra Silvestre. Hey, Bra Silvestre.
I have a Sylvester in my castle. I call him Bradivo.
So we're gonna be looking at the silver sports coming through right about now, and the headlines also in terms of the news bulletin. This is I Love Melville.live, and you are tuned in to the most unconventional breakfast show you'll ever find on online platforms. I promise you, go anywhere, you won't find this.
It's unconventional. Okay.
Sorry, guys, I just had to laugh. You guys don't understand what happened off air. People were just talking about nerves. I don't know where nerves come into the conversation. Can you please put nerves aside?
Okay.
All right.
On the bottom of the hour, we got the Silver Spots with our boy Silver HSE.
Yeah, man.
Right here on I Love Melville.live,
Mhm.
only on the Unconventional Breakfast Show. And what do I have for you today?
Mhm.
Like King, you heard from the headlines what I told you straight up.
Yep.
Swallows takes down Cape Town City and remains unbeaten. Makai, it was a showdown.
Yeah.
It was a showdown.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
five goals, ne?
yeah, it was 5 goals. At the end of the day, the score was 3-2. Obviously, Swallows won. But then, nice thing is, both of the teams had 10 players.
Yeah.
At first, it was a disadvantage where Swallows lost a player, got a red card. And I thought maybe Cape Town City is going to come up and do the things because of Cape Town City actually is kind of a team
good
that's,
team
you
also.
understand, right?
They're relatively
so
good.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I actually had to talk about this. So Cape Town City also got a red card and became 10-10. And that's when actually Swallows was able to actually seal the deal and say, okay, we're taking this one home. On the second one, Protea opens a can of 10 wickets to Sri Lanka.
That was the second test, and it's the final test. So we swapped it. So we've taken the first test we won again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were talking about it actually. You were actually explaining about it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is what actually Thato was talking about. I just really need to get into this. And then you look at how actually the team was able to win the first test in a very long time in the ICC, right?
Yeah.
So even the CSA was actually congratulating the Proteas on winning this.
Yeah, they won it quite well and convincingly.
Very well,
you know.
And apparently that as the coach says after, he's like, no, actually we're taking it easy, giving it to Sri Lanka to actually, you understand? So I love how the bowlers. This is what the coach says. He's like, I love how the bowlers actually took this into action, whereas they gave Sri Lanka some space and time to think that actually they can actually win
the game. Yeah,
I was like, what?
Yeah, that is messed up. Like our coach is messed up. This guy's playing mind games with other kids.
What?
Because like when Sri Lanka had, I think, 300 and something, right?
Yeah.
And also I'm like, hey, Sri Lanka is coming back, most. And then we look at our bowlers. Our bowlers then came in. These guys then just whooped those wickets like quickly, like
dude,
like yo.
Is that what they sound like?
Well, you know.
Okay, I'm just.
Cabello, man.
The people want to know. The people want to know.
I bet you want to take a picture of that neck.
Yeah.
Well, they were not chopping the wickets, but the
yeah.
wickets were falling very fast. Okay, that's the only thing that I know, that the wickets were falling very fast.
They were going down.
And they were going down.
Giti
did the most. Ngiti did the most. For those who don't know what I'm doing when I'm saying Ngiti did the most. I wouldn't like that.
And you know what's the nice thing about this is the whole team was actually the first time they were coming together. So it was just a group of individuals that they actually show teamwork actually does take you to a place that you want to be. And that's what the coach was proud of. He's like, you know what, I just put together these people. You know, and the captain, the coach was like, hey, guys, I know you. And
the cock is relatively young and he's doing the most.
He's very young. He's very young. And for a record that he's going for, then there's a bright future in cricket. Moving right along, we go into Chiefs, makes it to the CAF Champions.
Oh, man, the halala. Shine, Chiefs.
Look at
Shine.
I need to ask you something. Do you support Chiefs? Because you spoke about your dad.
By default of being born in the Mufokeng household,
I
we
hate
all
that.
have to follow Chiefs.
Right.
But I know nothing about soccer, brother.
Do you know that there's five
I know
players
that
in the
Tunale
team?
referee and they play on grass.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
And I was trying to swear away about
You
five people
understand
in
that cricket does have something like that. They play on the grass. They do have a referee. Although they call it Empire.
I also work at cricket on last.
And when you talk about cricket, she actually thinks about the cricket as in the cricket that. Like, wow.
All respect to the sport. All respect to the sport.
Yeah. Okay, so Chiefs goes through, yep.
Yeah, Chiefs goes through to the Cavs Champions League group stage by beating Primeiro de Agosto 1-0 in Angola yesterday, actually.
How do you pronounce their name again?
Primeiro.
Can you pronounce it like in Portugal?
In Portugal.
Yeah.
Primeiro de Agosto.
You sound Russian, but like, let's stop. It's fine.
Why don't get us so? Oksalayo, Chiefs made it to the CAF Champions League group stage by 1-0. It's a good thing. We do need some good news actually from Chiefs, especially from Chiefs during the pandemic. We can't have Chiefs stories and the pandemic. Chiefs are struggling.
You're a Chiefs fan, aren't you?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I won't tell you. What,
because apparently light-skinned people and Sutu-speaking people
Stop
are the
that
ones.
pass. Stop it. Stop, don't even.
What team do you favor?
Me, I'm a Pirates fan. I look like
No,
a
you
Pirates
get
fan.
to light skin.
But I'm a Tambo. I'm a Tambo. I'm a sea rob. I rob seas.
Right. Moving right along.
Yeah.
Into tennis, South Africa actually couldn't squeeze into the ATP World Cup due to the coronavirus, actually.
Oh,
So with the ATP, there's usually teams and then singles, right?
So it's Andrew and who? Kevin Anderson and who?
I'll give you that name real quick.
Yeah.
I'll give you the name. But we couldn't qualify to the ATP just because of the last match as a team we actually lost, and then as individuals our points were not enough actually to squeeze us in. Plus, because of the coronavirus, teams had to be reduced from 24 countries to 12 countries. So if we're still 24 countries, probably how we always do it with the World Cups.
With World
We
Cups,
always squeeze
in whenever we're in.
it's a car. I know we have to be in.
Yeah.
You know how we do with the World Cups by default. So that's that. We couldn't qualify with that. So we do have good news. We do have bad news at the same time. So that's what I want to talk about mostly. But then otherwise, I'll give you more of my attention again at the top of the hour. Give you the headlines and. Man, it's your boy Silver HSE, and you're on the breakfast show with your boy.
Hey, I just saw Market Photo Workshop liking our thing. Shout out to the guys at Market.
Shout out.
Market Photo Workshop.
Give Market Photo Workshop. It's such a difficult thing for people to say. Every place that I've been to, it's like a tongue twister. People say the workshop, Market Photo, the photos that market the workshop, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's because I go there, but it's
trying
not.
to find sense out of
deep,
it.
It's not deep.
It ain't that deep, man.
Market
It ain't
Photo
that deep.
Workshop. 3 words.
Yeah. Market Photo Workshop.
Yes, buddy.
Like, come on,
Say
dude.
it with your
Market
chest.
With
Photo
your
Workshop.
chest.
Easy things.
Easy things, man. And thank you very much for those who just joined us, guys. This is Marvel.live. And I know John has opened the data because I can see people are coming in. And we appreciate that. And thank you, John, for opening the data. John, put it data. Welcome to it, man. Marvel Street 2.1 breakfast show with your boy Thato Malindi and none other than Silver HSE and our special guest, the pioneer herself, upcoming pioneer, if not already.
I'm gonna change my Facebook name to Pioneer Mofokeng after this show because I can't do it.
Yeah,
It's so beautiful.
Right?
It's so beautiful.
Like every time he says, "I would see you," like you move a little bit, like ooh.
Because it's like an unexpected kiss from a lover. You're just like, hey.
Hey, when Shakara.
Yes.
You are Shakara moments. There's many pairs, Papa.
The pioneering moment.
So anyway, we are basically your unconventional breakfast show and the best breakfast show within the land. Shout out to everyone that's currently listening. Tell us where you're listening from. Just send a comment.
Just send a comment
and just say, I am listening from my bedroom in Kempton Park.
You understand?
I am listening from my bedroom in Namibia. I am listening in the toilet right now, wherever you are.
We don't mind.
We don't mind. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because we talk a lot of those things that you release in the toilet anyway. So it's like, hey.
Hey, Tiba.
I think I need to calm down with these jokes. I need to calm down.
Have some water.
You should
Have some water.
That's water, like literally, even when hot, since
It just
like
dilutes
stop
everything.
buying energy drinks. You.
I'll stop.
And
I'll
I
stop.
spoke to him about the energy drinks. I said, this is the devil's juice, and now we are seeing the product. But it's okay. It's his show. We're just visiting.
Wow, guys, are you guys really saying that all of this is because of that?
And because you're a pirate supporter. So these days,
Wow.
oh, we're not doing that? Okay, go.
I've got Tabagia who says, "Lol, she's getting chills. Thato, stop." Jabulo,
stop.
Jabulo Ndaba says, "Hey guys, I'm listening from Durban, Umhlang." Hey. And then Tabaga is like, "Hey, I'm in my lounge in Rosebank. Hey, you living the life? Hey, Rosebank and Umhlang. You guys, can I have someone that says, hey, do you have another comment?"
Yeah, someone says, so I mentioned I'm listening from home in front of my PC. Thank you, Azania Blackish. We see you. Thanks. I'm also going to send shout out. Co-host vibes.
Yeah. Is it Azania Black is going?
Ke mokgotsi wa ko Facebook. Facebook mokgotsi.
Give Facebook mukhots. Yeah, Facebook mukhots. You must go also to ilovemelville.live in mama.
Yes, guys.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
But I like that, man. Shout out to her, by the way, Azania. Umhlanga, Njabulo, you live at Umhlanga, like Umhlanga Rocks, because that place is beautiful.
Yo.
Guys, it is though.
Bruh.
I guess so ka bophilong ba ka ke bona beach go Durban e entle ska.
Ka Mhlanga ne.
Mohlanga who empty. A se ka magwa le dintja tsa bona. Ho hotle mole guys. Wow.
It is beautiful there, guys. Like really, if you haven't travel to Durban, Umhlanga Rocks, and go to the coast. Umhlanga Rocks. There's a lot of like nice restaurants also that they've got and hotels that they've got. And then there's this street, man. Njabulo, tell us about the street. I don't know if you guys know it. It's a boulevard. It's similar to like long. It's similar like.
Definitely.
Do you reckon like she's one of those people? She goes to parties. She has to definitely know
Sounds
it.
like it, ne?
No. Like she's one of the people that go everywhere. Actually, they like to.
Oh,
Travel.
you know her.
What Mutsiba or what's
Oh,
happening?
I'm guessing I can feel in my blood.
No,
okay.
if I'm
I
tell
have
her.
that feeling.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
Oh,
Tell
no,
her.
no, man, I know her.
You know her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a Joburg. Yeah, there she goes. She's
Hey, I'm a
Joburg.
Joburg, just visiting
Yeah.
family. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
empty. Yeah. Jabulo, we were happy once upon a time.
No, present. So,
in terms of Umhlanga Rocks, by the way, there's that street. It's a boulevard. There's there's clubs there in that street. I don't know what's the name of the street. It's similar to like Long Street, similar to our street here in Melville called 7th Street. It's similar to that. I don't know, Njabulo, please tell us, man, which one it is, so that we can talk about it also a little bit. But it's a nice, beautiful place. I was there. When I was there, I think I was doing something for one of our brands that we represent. At that time, I was a content, what you call exec for Space. Yeah, for Space TM. And we went there. We had like a release, like we were releasing products and stuff like that. It was beautiful. And the hotel that we did it at, shout out by the way to the what you call the event team that decided to choose that hotel. Oh bruh, like literally when you chill ne, like on the veranda of that place, right?
Yeah.
And you chill on that big veranda. There's like they got the pool. I don't understand places that have a pool, but there's the beach right there. But anyway, there was a pool.
No. It's called infinity pool. Like, you know, it looks like the water is in your yard. Like from afar.
No,
looks like
Papa,
it's
pool. Ele was definitely just the pool
So
inside the place.
You didn't do the infinity.
No, they didn't. No, it's not that one. It's not the one that's on AKA's music video. No, it's not that one.
Where he was still dating a girl. B.
Yeah, girl, B. Yeah.
He botched that boom clap bachelor sample. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but it had a beautiful scenery, and the reason why I wanted to talk about that is that I'm diving back right now to our conversation with our pioneer today in terms of conscious photography. If I was sitting there and I took a photo from a phone in Yam, because usually I would take photos on my phone and then I'll just archive them, right? But I didn't have my phone, but I was relaxing and I looked at that image. It had the cargo, further on one of the boats, and then it was just, when I'm saying clean, the water was still, the sea was still, you know what I mean? And then the seagulls, I was like, yo, that image, ne, I think that image could have said tranquility in terms of consciousness. And I don't know if I had the cargo also there, it could have been like, I don't know, consciousness and then industrial. I don't know. So that's why you are here now. That's why you are here to explain to us about conscious photography. If when you see an image, what does it take for a photographer to see an image and say that that image would tell a lot? That image has a lot of story in it.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about conscious photography.
Yeah.
And the artists that we've spoken about briefly about, like Ntate Simon Zeba.
Yeah.
But also, I think images like that, it's when someone wants to deliberately put in a meaning.
Yeah.
Like you wanted whoever that was going to look at that picture to feel a certain way, to feel exactly what you were thinking when you saw that horizon and that sunset and the cargo ships and everything.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if that's conscious photography, and that's not taking a jab at your photograph.
Yeah.
I think conscious photography for me would be photography that pushes people to think about certain things, that pushes people to do things, like that image that was taken by Kevin Carter in Sudan of that starving child and the vulture. That image, I think, is an example of conscious photography because of what it did to everybody's conscious, like globally. People started talking about that photo, and even it did something to the photographer himself. That wasn't the first controversial image that he had taken. He, I think, was one of the first photographers to photograph a necklacing that happened, I think, Odi Hosteling, because they frequented that space in the East Rand, actually. And that image also did, those images that he made did something to him and his conscious as well, because they made him question the ethics of what he was doing. As a photographer, do I go and help this child? As a photographer, do I stop this necklacing? But if I do, these cats are gonna off me. And if I do help this kid, then what's gonna how am I going to relay this situation that's happening
that you're in
right now?
I want us to talk about this image, this one that I have here.
Okay.
So what I want us to do is that I want us to have a chat about what we're seeing right now, what we are currently experiencing and seeing right now. So what's the narrative behind this specific image that we are looking at the moment?
So this is an image that was taken by Kevin Carter, who is a member of the Bang Bang Club that photographed and documented the struggle and things that were happening, more specifically Kokumalo Street. So this image in particular he was in Sudan documenting the famine that was happening in Sudan. This image speaks a lot to the even the current state of most countries in Africa, but more so what was happening back then, and how we didn't see these things, we didn't know these things because social media wasn't a thing back then. So information trickled much slower than it does right now. So information like this coming out and people reaching it was very difficult. But people like Kevin Carter and Libo High going around and photographing, they made it possible for us to see as even Africans. Because you can say, why didn't Americans or Europeans or people, not know what was happening? But why didn't we even in South Africa know what was happening? So it exposed the horrors and the injustices that happen in Africa. And how nas tunya. It's such a quiet image. It's such a how not violence. The only violence that you actually see is the condition of the child. Bona his ribs, he's emaciated. And this is when we all started knowing the term koshukwa. A malnutrition child, and the fact that we all understand that nonyana ena it's a
vulture. And can I maybe put in a sentence?
No, because English is a problem, because I'm actually trying to figure out if it's vulture or voucher.
You know what? Trust a black person to say vulture, because that's the thing they're nah.
I'm a gold bone. I'm not black. Goldie bone.
What's the word?
Goldie bone.
Goldie bone. Oh, okay. I don't understand that. You're gonna explain that one
Papa
also.
Benny, don't sit here and tell me you don't watch Papa Benny.
I don't watch Papa Benny. Papa
Okay,
Benny,
we
like,
digress.
I really
we
do not watch.
digress. We digress.
Anyway, so for those who just joined us, this is iLoveMelville.live, and we are currently speaking to the conscious, none other than Kabelo Mofokeng, who's a photographer also, and we talk about conscious photography. The pioneer. Yes. And then I've got like a comment right now, guys, from Tebogo. Tebogo Ngaka says, "Morning, guys. Morning, Tebogo.
Morning, Debza.
Tebo, morning." And then he's like, people are mocking and making money out of this.
Wait a minute.
What out of what, buddy? The picture or what?
I'm not gonna assume. I think what he's talking about. Debo, could you please
Please
elaborate what you mean?
Please, buddy.
But Kevin Carter got into a lot of. That image caused a lot of. It caused a stir. People were talking about it, and a lot of people went in favor of it, and a lot of them had that kind of response that the boy has. These photojournalists go into the space, they expose what's happening, and then they get the money, they get the prizes, and they leave these spaces. So the ethics of photography come into play there, where you're just like, but I have to take this picture. Like a teacher must teach students, a cop must protect people, but this is what I do. My camera, I need to go and investigate and document and show the world. And report, you know, like Homina is a Spani. Like, yes, he got money for what he was doing, but he got money because he did his job. He didn't get money because he I get it. I get why people can be sour about this image, but I also need people to understand that the information that we have about everything that's happening around the world, from Black Lives Matter to the kingpin who got shot in Durban,
the mob justice,
to like everything, to the SARS situation in Nigeria. These things all happen because these things all come to us because people pick up their phones, people pick up their cameras, and they take pictures, and we can't vilify them for that. It's a very, can you understand the position that he was in? This homie offed himself. He killed himself because of that kind of pressure, because of that like feedback
that he received
from the same society that
and he was just only sharing
that information.
His opinion,
and I say opinion.
It's not even opinion.
He was sharing a fact. He can't. Like a photojournalist may not give you
an opinion, because that's the thing. As a photojournalist, and I think I learned this thing from Boston Media House when we were doing like journalism. Where they say, that's why they say a photo or a picture rather says a lot of words. Is that it's not like basically being a journalist that you're gonna write the story about it, where you will basically have that information, you take the information, you write whatever it is, right? When it comes to photography, that image already in itself cannot be your opinion. It's basically what you saw. It's a fact of something that's happening, but you are letting me as an individual to basically cipher from that image in terms of what I'm going to take. And I think that's the narrative we're talking about in the consciousness of it. So an individual like him with this image, yes, it might seem to that point that people will say that, oh man, it's exploitation, you know. At this moment, this image for me says quite a lot. It's a vulture. It's a kid who's suffering from malnutrition.
It's Africa.
It's Africa, right? Poverty to that point that, bruh, you know, a voucher, a definition behind a voucher, what a voucher does. A voucher prays.
Like 5 to death.
Like it can see this is 5 to death. Like it knows, this is a meal.
So we have individuals who would have these photographers who take these photos, and he did his part. But then you have someone who's got millions, who's got something, who could have easily also said like, oh man, as much as I'm gonna buy this photo, also I want to go visit that village. I want to make sure that kids around there are not going through this. Because as a photographer, yes, you go there, you travel, but I've got like only a couple of money that I've got in my pocket. I mean, people don't understand the struggles of the artists also that they go through. You know, like I understand what they were saying in terms of the selling of photos and stuff like that, but he's making a living also from himself. First of all, let's just like how she mentioned. Exactly. But however, he knew his role as my job is I'm this person, but my role also is to change the narrative. And he did a fantastic job in showing that image so that you also, with that full belly, can appreciate where you currently are. You can appreciate where you are. You know what I mean? And seeing those kind of images, it's those are the narratives we're talking about. Those are the conscious people, conscious photographers that we are referring to. It is exactly 7:56 right now. For those who just joined us, this is I Love Marvel.live, guys. Please do not go anywhere because we're gonna come through with part 2. Yeah. That is the second hour. Yes, and part 2 also we're going to be having interesting things. Also, they're going to be that we're going to be discussing with you guys. Please make sure that you look forward to it. In part 2, we're going to be looking to Gigglebox, and we're going to be doing also social streets. And on the social streets, our topic for today is: do you think SA citizens should take justice into their own hands, or should South Africans have more trust in the justice system?
This topic.
It's difficult. It's difficultly this topic.
It's difficult.
Because there's no binary. You can't say it's good or it's bad. But it happens. It happens. Me, I take a taxi. I'm always in North, and I know the word called Vuma, the magic word Vuma, and Vuma is it's an example. Of social justice, of mob justice. Is it right?
True.
No. Is it wrong? I don't know. But homies need to learn that they can't do what they do. Like there are repercussions. And unfortunately, cops get there too late. Yeah. And when cops get there, like nothing gets done. It's the reason why
the mob justice is happening, because of the cops are taking their own time to get to a
communities
situation.
are standing up and they're just like, look, off with your head.
Yep.
Off with your head.
So we're gonna be talking about that, guys. I'm gonna play off also a clip also on the top of the hour. Do not forget, we've got our news headline coming through, Unconventional News, where I'm gonna share with you what is currently happening in and around the world, and also give you COVID stats. So that you can know what's currently happening.
It looks like there's no running away from COVID.
Yeah, no, you can run, but you can't hide.
There's no
Wait, can you run away from COVID, or you can't even run away from it? You can't hide, you can't run away from it. Oh. Can you hide?
You can hide,
but you can't run.
There's a church song that says, "Amahlati apelile." Like, you can't hide from this guy, this COVID guy. He's coming for all of us. Hide your kids, hide your parents, hide your wife. Like, and it's coming to joke and laugh about it, but like. It's in
serious.
your face.
Yeah,
it's serious.
My mom had it. My dad had it. Last year. My grandmother had it, and well, they went through it. Guys, can I just say one thing, guys? Can I just say one thing? This is just my comment.
Do you want to move now?
What you want
after the break?
Okay.
You want to? Okay. I just wanted to find out.
You don't have to tell him. We can just stand. We don't have to tell him.
I think that maybe we went outside for something.
Yeah, this is a security guard upstairs. He's pretty cool, so we can go chill with him.
Yeah.
So it's Melville Street's breakfast show with your boy Thato.
And your
So basically, guys, what people need to understand, guys, this we were speaking about it with a couple of my colleagues also last year, that either way, COVID is gonna take 10% of people's lives in the world.
10%?
Yeah.
No. I think it already passed 10%.
No, we haven't.
What percentage is it now?
We haven't. We will get to 10% right now. In our country must know that 10% of South Africans are going to get COVID.
Okay, 10% of South Africans then
are going to get it. Not die, but you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I hear you.
10%.
You see, that's why I say you can't. There's no run away from it.
You can't.
You can try hiding. You can try hiding, but it doesn't really work.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been hiding from COVID.
So speaking of which,
listen,
right now,
you don't know.
Yeah, you probably are asymptomatic.
Asymptoms. It cannot show inside of you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
maybe you don't know. Maybe you had it.
For the fact that we can't see it, you cannot there's no signs.
Yeah.
It means.
Guys, it is. I'm gonna have to go, guys. It is top of the hour right now, guys. Please do not go anywhere. Stay on that page that you're currently at for a minute, and then we'll be back with part two. The second hour of I Love Marvel.live, the Melville Streets Unconventional
Notification. Wait for the notification.
Yes, you must subscribe on Facebook, I Love Marvel.live. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, I Love Marvel Space Live, and then on Twitter, I Love Marvel L. It's not for losers, for longevity, papa. who are these crazy bunch? My name is Thato Malindi, by the way, and I am the driver, apparently.
He said, apparently. You are the driver.
Yeah.
Take it with your chest.
Yes, say it with your chest.
I am the driver of Melville streets. Interesting stuff we didn't know, but it's World Kindness Day today. So you need to be kind towards everyone. Even if you're a douchebag, just make sure that you are kind towards everyone today.
Even
Like
yourself. Oh.
Mabena, please disappoint me again. I knew it, Mabena.
Even not even yourself, but like everyone to themselves.
Be kind to yourself.
To yourself.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,